guys, it's your girl Priscilla again. It's another hot seat today. I have a good friend on the show. She's about to share her experience, and I'm really grateful for her coming to share her experience with you. We're talking about a very sensitive and emotional topic today, which will benefit you and other people as well. So please do share this video, subscribe, share. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the 400 plus subscribers. We're getting to 500. Shout out to Selassie, shout out to Elombini, shout out to Ellie for sharing my videos and supporting this cause. Shout out Dennis Kojo of Facebook. I really appreciate all of you. Another hostage, let's get right into it. Hi, soul sister. Welcome to the hostage with Priscilla K.
Hi, Priscilla.
Hi, good to have you, soul sister.
Good to be on your show too. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. As you can see, I'm doing very great.
Introduce yourself to my audience first.
Okay, my name is Lorraine, actually, but I'm known as a Royal Highness Soul Sister. I'm a nurse by profession. I'm a mother, and I'm currently in Barbados working on a 2-year contract. So that is why I am no more in Ghana and now I'm in Barbados, the Caribbean.
Nice. So I like the name Soul Sister. What brought about that name? Why are you Her Royal Highness Soul Sister, HRH? Why? Who gave you that name?
Okay, a Royal Highness is because I'm from a royal home.
Okay.
And I'm a princess, so yes, so a Royal Highness. And Soul Sister because a lot of my friends and colleagues back in school, they will come to me with some issues and I always have a solution to it. Almost always, let me put it that way. So it's like they said, hey, when you're a soul sister, you know what's happening. And they feel comfortable talking with me about their issue because they know it is safe with me. It's not going to go anywhere. So even if soul sister, yeah. And I'm the party of the party. Anywhere I go, I'm the party of the party. So yeah, I'm the soul sister. So I bring the soul to wherever I am. If it is a dull place, when I get things, I cannot fit in a very dull place. So definitely I will have to make the place lively. So yeah, that's the soul.
Talking about liveliness, I love your energy. I love your vibe. You're always active. You're always dancing. You're always making some happy moments out of any situation at all. And I'm glad to know you, soul sister. And for the fact that we all belong to the same profession, the same noble profession, nursing, that also is a binding factor. And I like that you have taken your nursing across Ghana to do it somewhere. Barbados, Caribbean, I bet it's a beautiful place out there. How is Barbados doing?
Barbados is fine. For the past 2 weeks, we were having some dust around due to the volcano eruption in St. Vincent. The effects came on us over here. So now that we are having a little sunshine, no dust, a little bit of rain and here and there. And so it's a beautiful place, but it feels just like home. It feels just like Ghana. Just that there are some places when you go to, you see the difference between Ghana and then you know, okay, you are in a different country. But there are some places you go to, you feel like, hey, am I back home? Did I just wake up back in Ghana or something? The food, we have similar food that we all take. The lifestyle, you see some Ghan people somewhere, you see some Ashanti people somewhere, you see some Ewe people somewhere, you see some Hausa people somewhere. It's like it's a mixture. Because here was the point of the first stop during the slavery. So all the slaves that were taken from Ghana, most like they were dropped here. And some were taken to the other countries that the slave masters wanted. But some of them were basically in Barbados. So you can see a lot of people that you see them and say, hey, this person looks like someone I know back in Ghana. And some of the names too, there's a little similarity in the names. And yeah, they all trace their back to Ghana. So they know, okay, if I go back to Ghana and I go look for my ancestor, I know where I'm going to find where my roots are. So yeah, so that's how come Ghana and Barbados had a deal, because in looking for their roots during the year of return, they found out, okay, a lot of the things that they do here is the same thing that we do back in Ghana. So yes, there is even a hotel here which is called Accra Hotel. And apparently Accra Hotel is the place that the shipmen came to. Like the ships will come and dock at that place. It's just close by the beach. And that was a place where the slaves were kept before the other countries, the slave masters came for the slaves. So it's called Accra Hotel, and it's a very big, huge one, a very nice place. So you can
go to travel and see, you realize how we are different, but we are very similar in one way or the other. So I'm glad you're experiencing that. I wish to come to Barbados. I love the Caribbeans. I always say I'm going to take a cruise one of these days. Then COVID hits. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but I'm glad you're doing something that you love. And I want to commend you for deciding to come on this show to share your story. Today's topic, we're talking about anxiety and depression. And Lorraine, as somebody who is life of the party, you are always happy, always cheerful, always vibrant, always full of life. So it beats my mind and many others to say, how can this person be sad? How can this person be anxious? How can this person be depressed? So I want to send this disclaimer out there. Lorraine and I are not professionals. We are not psychologists. We are not psychiatrists. We are just nurses sharing our personal experiences. She's been through anxiety and depression. I've had my share of depression before. I've shared this in a previous video I made. If you want to look out that video talking about my endometriosis journey. So we've all suffered all sorts of anxiety and depression in our various ways. And she has volunteered to come and talk about her experience. So sister, tell us about your experience, because if someone will not believe, looking from afar, that this active, vibrant person, always dancing, always on Facebook Live, singing, happy, is depressed or has been depressed before. Can you share how it all started, please?
Okay, how it all started. So from childhood, let me put it that way, from childhood, I've been bullied, and I made those things get to me at that time. I listened to people. I allowed people to say certain things to me, and it got to me. So in all that, I listened to those things, and I was so down. So at a point, I was doubting who I was or who I am. But it got to a place, it took depression and anxiety for me to define who I am, where I'm coming from, where I am going, what I'm made of, and what I'm supposed to be doing. So I will put it in a nutshell. I accepted that I am going through depression and anxiety just last year. Before then, I was having panic attacks and I was having anxiety attacks, but I wasn't putting my mind to it as a medical condition. I was just saying it like it's mood swings. There's one of those things, because at a point I'll be very happy, I'll be up and going and all that. Then another moment I am down. I'm sad. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want anybody to call me. I don't want anybody to message me. I don't want anyone to even make any noise around me. That's how it goes. So for me, traveling out of Ghana for a long time. This is my first time out of Ghana for a long time. I've been out of Ghana for just weekend, 4 days, 5 days here. But for me to be out of Ghana for more than a week, this is my first. And I started having anxiety spells and panic attacks just because I always worry about what is going on back home, back in Ghana. My family, my daughter, everything. I I think about it. So yes, I will be live on Facebook dancing and everything, but you should know that after that time, I have gone through a breakdown and I'm up. I've gone through an anxiety spell and I'm okay. I've gone through a panic attack and I'm going through depression and I'm trying to put myself together. So yes, I am the life of the party, all right, but yes, I do have depression and I accepted it last year. Before last year, I've had suicide thoughts before, and it took very great people in my life. I cherish those people always. And no matter where I am, if I should get to know this person needs me, I will do whatever it takes for me to be there for that person. Because they were there for me. They understood what I was going through and they helped me come out of it. If you don't have people around you, trust me, you do so many silly things. And yes, those people were telling me who I am. They were telling me who I am made of. I didn't know who I was made of at that time. They tell me you are strong, you are brave, you are. I didn't know all that. I was feeling no, these people are lying to me. They just want me to feel okay. But later on, I realized yes, I am strong. I've been a victim of abuse before the past 10 years, and it took grace and it took a few friends, these same friends, for me to be out of that abuse. So after that abuse, I've been having this thought: I am not worthy, I am not enough, I am not right, I am not okay. Like I was having those things ringing in my ears all the time that I'm not a person, I'm not someone people will want to be with. I'm not someone people will want to have a friendship with. I was always thinking I'm a bad person. I was always thinking I'm the I'm the least person to be seen among people. So those things, as it was ringing in my mind, was making me feel depressed. And at a point when I'm down, then I'm like, I don't matter to anybody. I don't have anyone around me. Why should I bother? Why should I continue living and all that? Then I fell to suicide. Then out of the blues and put together, you are stronger than this. You've been through harder things already. So why are you saying this to yourself? Because I've hustled hard. From childhood till now, I hustled. I've been through so many ups and downs. I've stole things on the street before. I've lived in the slums before. I've I left home. I left home just to be by myself. I've been in the world. Let me put it that way. I've
Yeah.
moved from nightclubs, moving from here to here, from this pub to that. I've been an alcoholic before. I've tried smoking before, and it didn't help me. And that was. And I said no. All those things that I'm doing to myself, I was destroying myself because I felt low. I felt low at that time. So later on, I'm like, no, all those things that I'm doing to myself, it's going to affect me later on. So let me put a stop to it.
Yeah.
So as a nurse, I would rather talk to someone, encourage the person. I will talk to any other person, not even as a nurse. I'll talk to people, encourage them, put them in the right frame and all that, but I can't talk to myself. You see, I cannot talk to myself. And, and I was expecting that, okay, as I am talking to people, I should also get people to talk to me. But I wasn't getting it. I felt I wasn't getting it, but I was getting more than that because I have this friends who are always checking up on me, who are always reminding me how strong I am, how successful I have been, how good I am a mother and all that. At a point I thought I was a bad mother. I felt I wasn't enough for my daughter. I felt, okay, why don't I give her to one of my friends for her to adopt her? and so that I can be free. I was going through all those crazy things. But hey, now nobody can take my daughter away. Nobody. Nobody can tell me, hey, I want her. You lie back. You can't give me all the money in this world for my daughter. No. She is my world. She's my everything. So it's like I had to put my mind to it that okay, I'm living for myself and for my daughter. So anytime I don't care for my daughter, I get anxious.
Okay.
Anytime I don't know what is going on back home with my family, I get anxious. I get so anxious, I lose my breath, I even pass out. And I come back and I'm feeling very weak and all that. But immediately I get to hear from my family, from my daughter, I'm okay. I am fine. Then I am up dancing, I am up making Facebook Live, I am dance dressing and all that. I can cry myself to sleep. My pillow, if my pillow has mouth, the things it will tell you. If this teddy bear has a mouth, it will tell you the things it has said in the past 3 months, from February to now. It will tell you the things it has said. Because I tend to forget who I am to people, what I have been like to people. I forget that I am the life of the party. I am the soul of the party. I am the soul sister. I forget myself sometimes. So then I go into this depression. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to eat. I don't want to even get out of bed. I don't want to touch my phone. I don't want to do anything. Mm. Then I ask myself, why are you doing this to yourself? If somebody comes to you to tell you, I'm feeling depressed, what will you tell the person? You tell the person, life goes on, move on, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this. So yeah. Now, I found out that some of my triggers is being in an enclosed area, as I said earlier on. So I avoid being in an enclosed place. With this COVID thing, working in isolation, it was tough for me. Because to be in the PPEs, I always panic. I always panic when I'm in the PPE. But now, I'm champion.
Good.
Now I am champion. I have made my mind the way that I can do it. I have to do it. I must do it. So in doing it, I have to take all those negativity in my mind. And it's when you fill yourself with negative thoughts, that's when you feel depressed, when you feel anxious, and you get your panic. So for me, now I stop being negative. I see myself that, okay, all the negative things I made them affect me, they were not true. They were not true. Because I am worthy. I am pretty.
Good.
I am smart. I am a person.
Yes, you are.
Things that like I made just one or two people tell me to affect my life. Now it's no more. Now it's no more. And I've made it clear to my family back home that, hey, let me hear from you every day. Even if there's nothing to talk about, let me hear from you. If I don't hear from you, I panic. If I don't hear from you, I feel very anxious and I feel very down. So please let me hear from you all the time. Now, if I'm not able to hear from them, I feel a little bit edgy, but not too panicking because I know everything is fine. But immediately I get to know something went wrong, then it's bad. Then it's bad. Now, how will you know you are having anxiety or you are feeling depressed or that? So for me, when I'm feeling depressed, that's when I'm moody. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'll cry for nothing. I'll cry for no reason. I'll cry just crying sick. Wow. If I'm panicking, I'm not able to breathe well. I feel my chest is so tight. I feel somebody is choking me. I feel like someone has used a bag to cover my face and is just taking my breath away. Then I'm not able to do anything. I feel so helpless. But I realized that if I breathe in and out during those times, I get over it. I went on medication because it was becoming too much of panic. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. But here is the case. I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't eating, but I was putting on weight. So I had to go and see a psychiatrist. And she told me, listen, you're not going mad. It's just normal. It's because you are in a new environment, you don't know what's going on back home, and it's normal for you to go through all these things. So, because it is in the extreme, the doctor told me it is in the extreme because I'm not sleeping, I'm not eating, I'm putting on weight, and it was not, anyway, it wasn't affecting my work out. When I go to work, I'm fine. When I come back home, I am not fine. So she was telling me that, okay, I should spend more time at work if I can, but you will not be allowed to do more than your hours. That is the thing. You will not be allowed.
Yeah.
Even if you want to stay around, yeah, if you want to stay around, fine. But to say you'll be working continuously, 24 hours continuous, they won't allow you because you break down. You're a human being, you break down. You're not a machine. Even machines break down. So as a human being, if you continue without resting, you are going to break down. So yes, nobody will allow you to continue like that. So she put me on medication, which was helping me to sleep, which was helping me to eat. And I was exercising. So I continue with my dance, I continue with my walk, I continue with so many things. When we came, I had a housemate, but because of the things that I was going through, I wanted to live alone. So I moved out. I moved out to be on my own. And thinking I was going to be better, no, I wasn't. And I realized that no, I still need people around me. In as much as I want to be alone, I still need people around me. So yeah, that's how it's been for me. And depression can kill. If you don't take care, it can kill.
Hmm.
Because you find yourself thinking about doing so many things. And if you don't take care, you end up killing yourself. And lucky enough, right now I am out of that stage. So one, depression, the first stage is when you are moody and all that. You move on to the second stage, you don't want people around you. The third one, you continue crying and everything. Then the fourth one, you want to kill yourself because you feel worthless, you don't think you belong to the world, you don't think you are part of anything, so you want to die and leave everything. Now I've moved from the fourth stage. Now I'm at one. So I moved from the fourth stage gradually. I was still crying once in a while. Yeah. Then I came back down again to being moody and everything, not wanting anybody around me and all that. Yes, sometimes I have my mood swings. I'm human. I'm human. I can want to be with you today. The next day, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you. I don't want. Yes, it's normal. But when it goes to the extreme, when it continues, that is when you should know that there is a problem. So now I'm better. I'm back to my livelihood, my lively self. I'm still the soul sister. And now it is with a twist. Now I don't want to be popular. I don't want to be heard. I don't want to be seen everywhere. So now you realize that my live videos are started. It's once in a while, then you see me do a live. And if you see me do a live, now it means I am very happy. I am extremely happy, or I am broke. if I'm broke, I don't want to think about being broke. So let me happy myself. Let me just dance and play music and make noise and yeah. or I am extremely happy. If I'm extremely happy, hey, I'll share the happiness. Everybody should enjoy the happiness I'm also feeling. So now that is it. But before then, let me put it this way, before February this year, if you see me on live video, then it means I'm depressed. If you see me on live video, then it means I've gone through anxiety. I've passed through a stage and I'm okay, and I just want to pick myself up again. So anyone out there, if you are having anything like I had, know that it's just a phase. It will go. You need to speak to someone. There's nothing wrong going to the hospital, talk about what you are feeling. If it means you should talk to a counselor, sometimes talking to this counselor will even put you in more depression than before. Because I tried a counselor and it was terrible. It rather worsened the case because he was telling me more of the negative things that I didn't want to hear. He was telling me more of the negative things that it's my fault. I allow people, those kind of things to bring your spirit down instead of lifting up the spirit. So yeah, there are some good counselors you can go to, but not all. There are some people who will just listen to you. They don't have a solution to what you are going to do, what you're going to, but they just want to allow you to talk. Talk. Just say it and let it out. Trust me, letting your feelings out is a step in healing from depression and anxiety. So as I said, this is my teddy bear. I see it as my counselor. I see it like I'm going for like seeing the doctor. So I position it in a way that it's like face to face. I tell you, okay, I'm here for a session. I'm going through this, and I talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. At the end of the day, I feel good. I feel good. Right now, there are some people. If you go to them with your matter, hey, that is the topic for them. That is the topic for them. So now I don't go to people with my matter. I don't ask anyone, can you help me with this and all that. Someone sent me a message. I went to ask the person, oh, I'm in a fix. I need this, I need that. She said, oh, she cannot help me and all that. Before I will know, she put up a status. They dressed up as if they all that, but here they go begging.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Oh my God.
I felt so, I'm like, it wasn't less than 5 minutes after talking to the person.
Oh
And
my.
I'm like, oh, really? And I went to the person, I said, I know you're talking about me. Thank you. My situation is going to know who is my friend and who is not my friend. My situation will tell me I can go to this person or I cannot go to this person. So yes, I through my depression, through my anxiety and everything, as I said, now I've defined who I am, what I am, where I am from, where I'm going, and what I have to do. And what I have to do includes the people I have to keep around me, the people I have to move around me. So as I said, now I don't want to be popular. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be heard. So I want to keep my circle smaller. Yes, I will go for parties and all that. Yes, but before you see me at a party, then it means I hold the person very high. It's not every party that you see me now. It's not anywhere that you see me. If I don't gel with a person, you won't find me there. I'm not going to pretend I like you. No. Well, that's one thing about me. I don't pretend. I do not pretend. If I don't like you, I don't like you. If I like you, I like you. So I also want the same thing to be done with me. If you don't like me, tell me you don't like me. Don't pretend like you like me, then you be around me, wanting to know things about me, and then you go spoiling me. And some of the things that got me depressed was about things that I heard about myself from people. I was shocked. I heard so many things. I'm like, hey, are they talking about me? Is it Royal Highness, is it me they are talking about? Because sometimes you hear some things about you, you feel like, hey, or is I have a twin sister somewhere who is doing all these things. Because let me tell you one funny thing. One time I was home, and then my dad, may he rest in peace, he called me one time and was like, Mama, I'm told you are at some bar and you are doing something there. I said, oh, Daddy, I'm home. He said, no, the person told me you are there right now. You are drinking with some people. Go home. I said, Daddy, I'm home. Those times WhatsApp wasn't WhatsApp. So you couldn't say, okay, let me call you on video or something for you to see that I am home. I said, okay, Daddy, you pick a taxi and come to my place right now. I'll pay for it. So that you see that I am home, I'll be home. Even I had not even taken my bath at that time. So there are some things you hear about yourself, but then you go like, hey, is it me they're talking about? Is it me? Am I the one that you say I'm doing it? Then those things were getting to me back then. Those things were getting to me. They were affecting me. They made me so bad about myself. Because sometimes I sit down and I said, so it's true I was doing this thing. Wait, so it's true I did that. Oh, so someone saw me doing this thing. Oh, really? Then it's bad. Oh, then I start feeling down. I start crying. I start praying. I'm like, God, forgive me for what I've done. Meanwhile, I haven't done it. Meanwhile, I wasn't there. Meanwhile, I didn't go to that place they're talking about. Meanwhile, I wasn't the one. I've I've had some friendships break up because of what someone told the other person that I said or I did. And the person will not ask about clarification, and then they take offense, and then they say very hurtful things to me. And I'm like, okay, I'm the bad person. I'm sorry. The end of friendship. Later on, they get to know the truth. And because they feel so big, they can't come back to me. And we keep it as such. I feel that, okay, if a friendship will break, then it means that friendship wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So all those things were also part of the things that were depressing me, because I really cherish friendship. If you are my friend, I really, really cherish it. I grew up as a single child. So anybody that I make friends with, I see the person as a sister or as a brother. So whatever that I feel I should do, or a sister or a brother should do for me, we should be doing it for each other as friends. So if those things break off, it gets to me. I feel so down. But hey, life goes on. Those friendships were not meant to be. So now those things do not matter. And as I said, now I'm keeping my cycle small. And even that cycle which is small, there's an inner cycle which is smaller. And those people I cherish and I hold them very, very, very hard. You are part of my cycle. So if you say I should do something for you, I'll do it. Unlike somebody else, somebody will come and tell me, Lorraine, I have this, I want to come. If you are not my friend, I won't do it. I won't do it. Because at the end of the day, I feel that you're going to either change what I said or twist it to make me look a bad person. No. But here I know, okay, this is Crystal, this is my home girl. We've done this before. We are in the same group. We know ourselves. We are in the same profession. We have the same good spirit. And yes, so if she says, hey, so can you come and talk about your, yes, why not? It's going to help someone out there to know that, hey, I know this lady and she says she has been through depression. Then I don't need to go through depression myself. Or somebody will say, are you sure Lorraine is the person you are talking to? Are you sure it is Lorraine you are talking about, that she is going through depression? Now, you've heard from the horse's own mouth. Yes, I've been through depression before. I've passed it. Sometimes I get relapse, but now the relapse is not as bad as it used to be. Now my panic is just when I'm in an enclosed place. Even that one, I breathe in and out and I'm able to be fine. before I'll let something worry me, I think about three things. One, is it going to change my name? Two, is it going to bring me money? If it's not bringing me money,
Important one.
it will bother me. One, if it's not going to change who I am, it won't bother me. If it's not going to bring me money, yeah. If it's going to spoil my relationship with God, you won't find me there. You will not find me there. So there are so many things. People say negative things, and I read through the lines, and I'm like, okay, this person is going through maybe a hard time. So let me just. Well, sometimes if someone says something bad to you, and you also respond, you never know what your words will do to that person. You never know what your words will do to that person, because for me, I've had a time that I've been very down, and someone said something hurtful to me. He said, "That's why you're a single mother."
Oh no.
The thing hurt me so bad.
Oh.
It hurt me so bad, and at that time, I cried myself to sleep. So if I'm doing this or I'm doing that, does that make me a single mother? Does that guarantee why I am a single mother? Why should that person say this to me? But no, let that person say that to me. I'll tell you, it's a privilege. It is a big privilege to be a single mother.
A big one. People
Because
are
one,
doing things.
now I know who I can be with. I
Mhm.
know who I can move around with. And thank God I have someone in my life, and it's good. It's a blessing. Where we are going, if we get to the right place here, if God says, "Hey, you've done some, stop here." No, who am I to say no? Yes, we'll let it go. Now I'm not going to worry about relationship. I'm not going to worry about someone breaking a heart. The heart's not cry when I'll go, yeah, come to break. The heart is already broken and it's putting pieces together. So which one are you going to break again? You see? So me putting the pieces together, no. You don't have that chance to come and break it again. So that's it. So yes, depression is there, is real. So now these are the things you should look out for. Your friends and your people around you that are always happy. You see them, they're always laughing, they're always smiling. Reach out to them on the quiet.
Yeah.
Reach out to them on the quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Or the person who is always out doing things for other people. Reach out to that person, because in that way that the person is doing things for other people, you never know, that person also needs help. That person will also be needing help. So don't say, "Oh, this person is always laughing, so the person cannot have depression." That's the person who is having the most serious depression, because that person can get suicidal at the least provocation. And also, when you are talking to someone, be mindful of your words. You never know what you say to someone to break the person or make the person. Now, before I say something hurtful, I think about it, that if it's said to me, how will I feel? So I don't say hurtful things to people. Before I flare up, at first, me very getting angry is like that. But now, before you get me angry or before you see me reacting, it means what has happened. I have taken time to go through and think through, and it needs me to react. But if I don't need to react, I won't react. Now, I've also learned another thing, that when someone says something bad to me, before I respond to the person, I should count to 1 to 10. Now I count 1 to 20, because 1 to 10 is too short for me. So I count 1 to 20 slowly, like the way we check the respiration of the patient. 1, 2, up to 20 before I will respond. And by the time I get to the 20, whatever I want to tell you is already gone. So yeah, I don't respond to you. Rather, later on, I'll tell you a very nice word. I'll tell you very good, uplifting words that hey, you never know what is happening to somebody. So don't be mean. The world is a very lovely place, so you don't have to be mean to people around you. If people are being mean to you, do good to them. And there'll be no mean people in this world. So try as much as possible not to be mean. If someone is being mean to you, just be good to the person. Trust me, those things can help someone who is being depressed come out. But there are some people when they are depressed, they bully people. When they are depressed, they tend to leave everything on the other person. For whatever reason, I don't know. For me, I never did. My depression was piling up. Somebody's depression would be coming out on you or saying certain things to you, shouting at you, insulting, being abusive with words, and no, that is someone's depression. So you should know who and where and how to go about this when you're dealing with it, because you never know what someone is going. So I thank God that I am out of depression. I'm still a work in progress. I'm not out, because there are some things that trigger it once in a while. But for me to not go into that thought, into that stages that I've been through already, I exercise, I continue dancing, I cook, I go out to the beach, and Barbados have very beautiful beaches. Very, very, very beautiful. Clean. You can see yourself when you're in the water. When you're in the water, you can see your feet. Not like a crown that when you go, your feet will vanish. No. This one, when you go, is clear blue, green water. You see your feet inside, and it's so refreshing. So yeah, that's how I have been. That's how I've been able to manage my depression. And I found love, as I said earlier on. So yes, I'm no more depressed. Some people get depressed when they don't feel love. But you should know that you should love yourself first. If you're able to love yourself, you know how someone else is supposed to love you. If you don't love yourself, if someone is loving you, you don't see it. You do not see it. But if you love yourself, if someone is loving you, you will see it. You will feel, yes, I'm being loved because you love yourself. So let us love ourselves. Let's know ourselves. Let's be able to define who we are, what we are, where we are going, where we are from, and all that. Then when someone else comes around, you'll be able to know that, okay, this person is also going through what I've been through already, or this person is on the way to get to where I've been already.
Thank you very much for sharing this with us. I have a lot of questions. We're going to go through them step by step.
Okay.
You mentioned being bullied in the past or abused in the past. Do you want to just touch on that? Because everybody have what triggers their anxiety and depression, and it looks like yours comes from being bullied 10 years ago. What form of abuse or bully was it? Was it body shaming? Was it relationship? Was it a kind of bully or abuse did you suffer years back?
So my bully comes from primary school time because I was tiny, very, very slim, very, very small. I looked malnourished, let me put it that way, but I wasn't malnourished. And I call myself I'm a black blondie because I am black, but I have like oily hair, let me put it that way. So people were bullying me at that time, and I wasn't feeling being part of the society. I went to a preparatory school, or let me say a private school, and yes, I went to school with people whose fathers were managers and all those kind of things. And my father was just a teacher, was an educationist. So even that one, when they are calling people, you are not being called. So I was having those inferiority complexes from that time. Yes, but when I got to SS, I was lifted up, and I thank my school mother, Regina Forte, wherever she is, God bless her. She was able to put the, how do I put it, the will of God in me to tell me, hey, you are God made, you are beautiful, you are you are a person. She was the first person who was giving me that thing, to take them out of my mind. So from SS, I was okay, I was fine. But still, when we are going, we don't go. When they are calling the popular people, I wasn't part of them. And because I wanted to be popular, I was trying to do things just to be part of them. And that way was rather depressing. For the abuse, it was 10 years ago from my baby daddy. It started from verbal abuse, emotional abuse, then it got to physical. So it was in and out, let me put it that way, because as I was being abused, I also abused him. Because he says bad words to me, I also say bad words to him. I hit him or I slap him and he hits me. You see, so it was like back and forth. But I got to a point, I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't doing any verbal abuse and all that, but his own continued. And I was being told it's my fault because I was provoking him. So they say, if I ask a question, it means I'm provoking him for him to pick me up. If I ask why he's doing this or he's doing that, then, but yeah, someone, we weren't really in a relationship and I got pregnant. So we didn't know ourselves. So everything that we said to each other was abusive, was a way to fight, was a way to quarrel, was a beginning of abuse. And I said, no, I'm not going to stay in this thing anymore. And I left.